What's going on, fam? Peace to you. Just wanted to share like a few thoughts that I've just recently had. I've just made a note in my journal in regards to like who we are. I was actually once asked a question by a personal trainer of mine at the gym, and I told him that I am a vessel. And it's like describing that in one word doesn't really fit the bill. It doesn't really capture what that really is about. Excuse like the hair and stuff. What it doesn't do, it's what it's like is it's like a 5,000 word dissertation, and you have summarized it with a question or a statement in 15 to 20 words, and then you've written 5,000 words about it. It doesn't do it justice. And not doing ourselves justice is kind of a bit of the theme for this video, because everything that we experience in life is, or should I say, becomes a memory. It becomes a memory that is stored within us. Now, when you think about that, how are those memories stored within us? In our brains. When people talk about energy, it's stored in our hearts. If you go into the epigenetics sort of element of, epigenetic study, it's stored in our genetics, it's stored in our blood, it's stored in our DNA. So when we talk about the ancestors are literally living within us. They are pulsing through our veins. They are in our fingernails, in our hands, in our nose, in our lips. Everything about us, in our hair, is within us. All of the things that our ancestors have been through is what has been stored and passed on. So what we could do, I'm trying not to be forceful with what I'm saying here, because I know that some people might believe, some people may not believe, and that's like, either or is cool. It's fine with me, it's not a problem. But what I believe that we're here to do is to recover who we are, is to become who we are, to shake off the layers, the baggage, the experiences, all of those, the toxic and the dry skin, exfoliate ourselves and reveal who we really are. It's so mad, because when you think about it, as a child, you'll have been through certain experiences that shaped the way that you think as a human, as an adult. You'd have been through certain experiences as a teenager that have shaped, or that have been shaped from being a child, and then have shaped the way that you think and feel about yourself as an adult. And I say this very loosely, what we, interchangeable, must do is to do the work. And by doing the work, we undo and unlearn certain traits, certain behaviors that are very unhelpful, very destructive, very in conflict with who we truly are, what our purpose is. And when we start to do that, we start to realize certain things. And this is where it gets interesting, because what happens is we have this, what I term the experience of novelty. Now, it's very dangerous, this idea of novelty, because what happens is we become very hype about this. It's like, yeah, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. The way that things are is da 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 da, and it's very like excitable. It's exciting, no doubt about that. But by doing the work, it's doing the work is a very internal thing, and it's not something that you might even want to share with other people. Maybe sometimes it's not even a good idea, because even in that initial phase of discovering something, you perhaps don't even have the full story about what it is and what it means to you. So what we've got to do is work on that transmutation process. Okay, cool, I've just figured this out. This is what I'm going to do next. This is how I'm going to handle it. And there are certain experiences that I've been through that I've thought, shit, like, wow, okay, this is kind of connected to this, and this is why I'm like this, and this is why even certain behaviors that I express or display today, like, I still question myself. And this is the thing about doing the work. It forces you to question yourself, forces you to question certain ways of being, certain behaviors, and it reflects it back at you. There's that saying that everything that you project is an internal thing. Everything that goes on inside of you is what is reflected back at you from outside. You create your reality. So if you're, for the sake of argument, if you're experiencing a shitty reality, it's because you potentially have some shitty thoughts, or you've had some shitty thoughts. Now, you could be working on them, and that's absolutely great. That's okay. But if you are wallowing in this sense of, I've got a shitty life, then lo and behold, you're going to keep reaffirming that. What we've got to do is change that and create a new reality for ourselves. So I just want those ancestral lines to line up. We're outside of them right now. We need to get back in alignment, in harmony, in peace, in love. I just wanted to drop that little message for you. But thank you. May the universe